G'day viewers. Our local Harley-Davidson, Kitchener Harley-Davidson, is moving locations this winter, which, you know, is good for them. They're moving to a much bigger facility. Not so good for me, because I live really close by to the current one, and the new one's going to be like a 15-minute ride or drive. Not terribly far, but that means I can't drop my bike off and walk home if such an occasion ever arose. So I'm just going to tour over to the dealership and then take the route over to the new location, just so any local viewers can see where it's going to be at in the flesh. Fairly nice day out today. Feels like it's about 50 degrees. So, slight chill there, not too bad. At least the sun's out, and that makes a big difference. November 5th today. Historically speaking, we usually make it to the middle of the month before there's a cold enough event that they salt the roads, and when they salt the roads, that's me done riding basically until spring. I just don't find it worth risking corrosion just to get, you know, a handful of extra rides in for the year. So when they salt the roads, I hang it up, hang up the gloves, hang up the helmet, and then settle in for the long haul till spring. And spring here, anywhere from mid to late March to early May, when we've had enough rain to clear the salt off the roads, or they've stopped salting the roads. So here we are already approaching the current location of Harley-Davidson. I think I'll swing around and go back to it. They've been at this location for quite a while, but they used to be in this little building right here where it says Bones Electronics Recovery. That used to be the dealership. They could fit like 5 bikes in the showroom, and they'd be full. It was very quaint, very rustic, very old-fashioned for a Harley-Davidson. Not really a ton to talk about today, so maybe we'll just quickly touch on the American election. I'm certainly not going to offer up my opinion as to who I think they should vote for, because I don't think there's a good choice either way. Some people think there is a good choice. Personally, I look at it, there's too many negatives. So anyway, I just would hope that the Americans turn out en force for voting and make an informed decision on who they believe will best serve the United States. You know, I've thought about it. If I was American, I'm Canadian, so I don't get to vote, but I've thought about it. Who would I vote for if I was going to vote? And I, honestly, given the choices, I cannot come to a conclusion on that. I know their negatives, I know their positives. Come on, baby. This is the Highway 8 connector, I believe. This is going to take us over to the 401 highway, which will take us to the new Harley-Davidson location. That sign always says stop traffic ahead, so here's hoping it's not too bad. And here's hoping they don't have the highway chewed up too much. Fortunately, it's just a quick jaunt on the 401 to the Highway 24 exit, which will take us to Holiday Inn Drive, and that's where the new dealership's located. If there's too many tail lights, I've got one bailout point ahead that I can use, and I'll probably end up taking that, looking at what I'm seeing so far, and just take a couple of back roads over. I was going to take the easy route, 401 to 24, but I'll just scoot over a couple of back roads and get to Holiday Inn Drive. Right now we're on Sportsville Drive, heading towards Fountain Street. So this is Fountain Street, maybe we'll take Fountain. So we can just sneak across further down. It's been pretty rare that the world's taken such an interest in American politics, to the point that's taken over all our media as the top running kind of story. Also, global stock markets seem to be on the edge of their seat regarding the outcome too. We're crossing the 401. Major lane reductions, missing lanes, asphalt torn up. Screaming Eagle V-Rod. So this is Highway 24, also known as Hespler Road. Back to the 401 again, right through there. Cross over the 401, take the Holiday Inn Drive exit, and we are almost at the new Harley-Davidson location. This is the Holiday Inn Drive exit. Cold enough that the polyurethane bushings in my handlebar risers are not as effective as eliminating vibration when the weather gets cold as the stock rubber ones. So my hands are starting to go vibration numb here. Ubiquitous Tim Hortons, they're everywhere. They're the Canadian version of Dunkin' Donuts. They got some down in the States, Michigan and New York, I think. Here's the Holiday Inn that this road is named after. we're going to be getting close. I think it's up behind this red and gray building, or gray and red building right here. I'll have to turn around, stuck back in there. So that big building back there is the new Harley-Davidson location. They're not in there yet. They're hoping for, I believe, early January, maybe even before Christmas. The shell is done. They're still working on the electrical and all that kind of stuff. So while I'm out this way, I may as well go through Hespeler. My front motor mount is also polyurethane. V Thunder polyurethane, and again when the temperature drops below about 13 Celsius, the polyurethane just doesn't absorb the vibrations the way rubber would. At least that's my experience with it. So it means more vibration through the boot pegs and the seat. Lovely new asphalt going through the main street. Bicycle frame in the water there. Looks like it'd be a nice walk along there. Let's come back at some point. Concrete steps down to the water's edge, kind of like Varanasi, India, except much smaller. Water marker on the bridge. Coolness. I'm really close to the Black River Bridge, so I think we'll just scoot on over there. It's been in lots of my videos. I cross it all the time. But I think that's going to be the name of the new Harley-Davidson, instead of, obviously not Kitchener anymore, some Cambridge. So I think they're changing the name to Black River Harley-Davidson, or Black River Bridge Harley-Davidson. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what's happening. So I'll go take a look at the namesake bridge. Interesting chaps. These train tracks come out of nowhere. Stopped before crossing. Well, Hopefully you can hear it first, but you can see literally cut right out of the rock. If you're tucked inside a car with all the windows up and radio blaring, probably wouldn't hear a tree come. Probably wouldn't hear the train coming. So this is the Black River Bridge. Black Bridge? Just Black Bridge. Black Bridge Road Bridge. It's one of 3 iron bridges like this I know of in the area. They're all single lane crossing. Yield to oncoming traffic. And suddenly there's traffic. Little hoop-de-doo coming off the end there. I think I'll get another video out before election day, so to all the Americans, best of luck with that. Have a good day.